Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Very important for every trader. Know that there is a risk in the future trading. Try to be on a sim as long as needed before you go live. This is a serious matter, and some traders emotionally cannot uh, handle the winning and the losing in the trading. There is always winning and losing in the trading. Cannot be just winning. Today, the eye is on the Nasdaq and ES. We have beautiful runs today. Uh, Before we start, for the new ones coming in, you get the signal. We are sharing our signal for free. We're not collecting any information, names, money. We're not doing that. We are donating every day 2 hours from our work to share our information with the public and share our signals with the public. So this one here, you follow the signal telling you which direction, entry target on the pullback re-entry. You got the numbers and you got the ticks from the signal, not from all day long, from the signal, the last signal. As an example, we have an entry today on the ES 90150, target 909, and a 31 ticks into the trade, and then we hit the target. And let me try to get you one of the charts, the NASDAQ, the ES, and we can see how this market come in right into the target and a few ticks above the target. The same story, the market analyzer is based on one contract only, and 1 minute. We do not change time frame every single day. The same story here on the market analyzer, the Forex based on 10,000, and you can use the same principle on the stocks, and you can feed it with the automated trade. That system here comes with the three different automated trade, full automated ATM strategy, and an ATM. So this one here, the market analyzer, you can follow the signal, but on the chart, what it does, it give you a newer update to that newer target if this market trending. So this one here, the chart is the same system as up here, but is giving you an update if you wanted to increase your trade or your profit. This market analyzer here is based on the scalper, and we use every day the same time frame, 1 minute and 150 ticks. At the bottom here, it is the controller, the NinjaTrader controller, which we are monitoring the swing trading. As an example, for the swing trading right now, we just closed one of the charts on the swing trading. I can show you. Let me see. There we are. This is one trade, and it's already hit the target, 1,325 market order, one contract. One trade, and it is done. So what those numbers you see right now, I will show you some of those trades as an example right now. The NASDAQ on a 3,000 on 3 minutes is hitting 1,960. This is a very serious money just on that trade itself. And then we had some couple of trades earlier today. So this is a beautiful run on the NASDAQ, and we are climbing on this NASDAQ. I can go ahead and show you another NASDAQ. It's not just by luck, the 3 minutes. This is one is Hakanachi and one without. Let me look at the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute. And the same story on the 1 minute. We have one small losing trade, and we are hitting right before the breakout 1,740 on the NASDAQ. For the ES traders, sure, we will show you the ES. What we do, we do not use Renko bar on the auto trades because Renko bars are fake results and fake movement. And this is a heaven for guys. Their auto trades do not work. That's why they need to use Renko bar. For an ES trade, as an example, if you want to take the 5 minutes, this is your 5 minutes on the swing trading. And now we are in that trade is around $950. If you wanted to look at the 3 minutes, it's the same story. This is your 3 minutes, and now we are 575 in that trade. And if you want to take a look at the 1 minute, sure, you got it, buddy. Here is your 1 minute, and now we are in around $500 on the trade, and we got one small losing trade. But this is very, 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 very nice. So today the eyes movement is on the Nasdaq and in ES. For the guys that follow me on the DAX with my chart, I'll be more than glad to share my chart on the DAX today. And this is the trade for today. I use 1 minute. You can use any different time frame. The others ones, they are probably 288 ticks. They can make more money, but I personally like the 1 minute on the DAX. You make one trade, two trades in the morning, and then you get it over with. The potential on the DAX, what you can make in one day, it takes you 1 week to make on the ES. And at least the DAX is not an institutional trading as much as the ES. The ES has become extremely institutional things. So the things is our strategy on the DAX. Once you hit the 2,000 euro a week, you stop trading that market and you protect your profit. So this is the swing trading, and that's why you see those numbers here at the bottom with the controllers. Those are coming from the swing trading. I wanted to cover also, we have an ES trade, a CL trade. At the moment, the CL trade has already hit the target, but that's why I like to use extended the target, because I don't know if we can get a little bit more. If we notice on that trade, it came in right to the target, and with your fully automated trade, what it does, it close right there, and it's done, it's over. Now we are waiting for a new signal. But for me, I always try to extend it manually, try to extend the target, because sometimes you can get much more than what you if this market is trending, there is a good potential for much more trade. Another things I want to explain today, what we are doing, how we are doing things, because especially for a gentleman called Ray, he was asking me, he got lost yesterday when we called the CL trade for him and for everybody. And let me explain to you so you will not get mixed up with what we are doing here. There is 3 ways we are trading, and what we are doing, we are combining the how to look at the market before you start auto trade, whether you have your auto trade from us or from somebody else. It doesn't matter. What we need to look into the market before we start trading, and then while we are running in the live on a YouTube, we like to highlight if there is some kind of trouble in this instruments, or got stuck between 2 lines, and then we try to highlight those and showing you what things you have to be careful with. Let me try to get a clean picture on what's going on. Let's take the ES as an example. When we are using an ATM or a fully automated trade, the entry comes in, like as an example, the ES. Now we are 35 ticks on the ES trade. The market analyzer is based on 1 contract. And the NASDAQ, now we are 275 ticks based on the entry from the signal. So when we have the entry signal, and you're fully automated, your ATM strategy, they're all going to get in the same entry, the same number, practically. There is a little details on the bar close and all this, but plus minus one tick. There is a three pieces here what we are doing. Once we enter the market, we hit the target. As an example, that's why I extended the target on the CL, because sometimes we get this a few ticks above. Most of the time we are right on the target. Sometimes market, does not go by anybody's rules. Sometimes you're gonna get few bars, above or below. So the whole strategy here, when we are taking this auto trade, if you're on a fully automated trade, you hit the target, you're done, is over. What we are trying to teach here, even if your auto trade take this entry and hit the target, does not mean there is no more potential money to be made. If I'm sitting behind the computer, not being aggressive, but taking advantage of the same trade and not letting it die on you. So if we are taking this entry and we hit the target, we've been going live every single day, and we've been covering those two yellow lines. Those two yellow lines, once this market enter those two yellow lines, whether is going up or is going down, you see that? There is a yellow line. Those are the dead zone. Those the area where you should not ever take any more long trade. The probability of winning on that trade is gonna drop to 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Doing those, if you go through all the videos we are covering it, you will find out that we have one NASDAQ 1 minute closed target. Beautiful. Done, over. Okay. 8 out of 10, this market here stays between those two yellow lines. 8 out of 10. Now we have two options. Once we are getting is overdone. It's done. Once we hit the target and exit out of that trade, we are done. Okay. Now this is an option. We are trying to show advanced traders that there is two other options. We can also make initial trade, and they are not hard, and you don't need to be a wizard or you need to be in a room training you for 1 year to pick up two more trades on the same instruments where your auto trade has taken those trades. One option is what we are looking at right now. One of the options, because we know after we hit this target, there is two yellow lines and there is no more potential long. There is no more potential long. So now, once the auto trade take this trade out, if we look at the market analyzer, which a lot of traders, a lot of amateur trading, they don't know that. They don't understand that. The pullback re-entry. We have a new signal on the NASDAQ. Now we will follow it. If you want to follow it, follow it. Enter price 84.50, target 63.75, and it is a short trade. For the last 30 years, this is the only method I know has not been, it's been with me since day one when it was no internet and we were trading on a satellite. Identify trend, pullback, re-entry. It is one of the most success strategy to mastermind, to understand, because it is the most powerful things. A lot of things has come out to the market, but this is this strategy has been for 30 years and with me, and probably it will stay another 30 years in the market, not unless something come out in the stock market. But at the moment, this is the most success strategy and the easiest strategy for amateur trading or retailers to understand. If we notice on those area here, you can use an ATM strategy, or you can use the full automated trade. The full automated trade is either has to hit the target or has to hit the trailing stop. The trailing stops, the first one, I do not believe, I hate, and you should not be using automatic trailing stop, a dummy trailing stop. This is the worst kind. The trader use a dummy trailing stop because they are not. If you are on a trade and it's going your direction, you're trying to say, get me exit as soon as possible, where should be the other way around. When when the market go into your direction, we should grab it and not letting it go. But sometimes guys are burnt for money, and they say, I wanted to save my $100, but this $100 is nothing, So if you are really, your account is injured, then it's no longer $100. It's going to make a difference because you're going to go back in 5 minutes and take in a trade, and you're going to be in the same hole again. So the other potential is when the automated trade, you are using the automated trade, you are using the trailing stop one. The trailing stop one here is based on floor and fibs minor support area on the trailing stop one. Then you have the re-entry, then a major support line. Most of the time, if you look at those last 300 videos every day, 8 out of 10, the market goes back to those area here, and those means a re-entry. We have even some traders do not take the entry signal. They just wait on the pullback and take those entry. Because most of the time, those trades, they come into this area, re-enter the market, and then they go back, retest the target. So this is one optional, can be done, and you can take it manually, and it is very profitable because 8 out of 10, the trades are solid. This gentleman got lost. He don't have our system. This gentleman, he got lost with this one because yesterday I called a trade on the CL, and he couldn't see it on the system. This system here, when we try into, let me simplify it for you. I'm going to put the ES on it, and then I'm going to explain. Now we can see this ES is in a very, very critical area between those two lines. That tells you should not be taking the trades long anymore. Your potential making money in this ES going long, it is 2 out of 10, your chances. Your chances are very low to make money. A guy blind come in and shoot in here, he might get the 10 ticks. But this is telling us right now, between the two yellow lines, that means the market is fixing to take a dive. Okay? I do not believe in overbought, oversold indicator. What happened to the supply demand? So yesterday I called the trade, and it was a beautiful trade. I got a lot of emails over it. Doing those videos, we have covered how to trade reversals. So on the system here, when the system right now here is telling me there is a good potential for drop, and I know there is going to be a good potential for drop because we are in a critical area, but I don't have the pinpoint where it is going to reverse. I don't have the pinpoint. And overbought, oversold indicator, they're just garbage for beginners. So what I do, I come into independent chart, has nothing to do with the system. And I try to take and nail those trades when they are out of the band. We have the system here is for reversal trading, and we have covered that for reversal trading. Why I like a reversal? Because I heard one time a couple of years ago, a guy was teaching actually, uh, and he said there is nothing called reversal. I mean, and that guy is teaching, and if a guy don't know there is a reversal and there is a lot of potentials in the reversals, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna have a donkey playing piano, but he's not gonna play piano, that's for sure. Uh, the most profit trading is not trading with the trend is the reversal. The reason it's good profitable trading with the reversal, because the risk is very low and the rewards is very high. Why is very high? Because what you are doing, you're nailing the market from the top to the bottom to the other out of band. There's a good potential on every trade. 60 takes, 80 takes, 70 takes. Sometimes you bump into the mid band like this one here on the ES. Is going to give us a problem later on the ES with the mid band. I can see it immediately. But if we don't have this problem right now on the mid band, there is a good potential for taking that market from one out of the band to the other. So this is a very key. On top of that, when you are reversing, you're not diving in to the chop market, or you are going to dive into where the market is really not going anywhere. So the reversal, they are extremely powerful and extremely profitable. Even they are more profitable than trading with the trend. As an example right now, this is the same maneuver what when I called yesterday the trade on the CL. Now we are going out of the band, and now we are going to hit the 1275. Until we get there, this is a good potential for the 1275 out of the band, hit target 2. We are going out of the band, come into a resistant area. This is a damn good potential for a reverse market. And I will be showing you how success, once you start learning, even when you take a reversal and it don't work for you, that reversal, there is always another potential to take one more trade on the reversal, and then you can be recovered from that trade because it does not require a lot of stop loss on the reversal. On the reversal, you should not be using no more than 10 ticks, 15 ticks max, but the rewards are amazing. Right now, the high on the ES is 29.12. We are going to have a problem on the middle, the band. This is 901. If those fade out on the way down, so that we have a good potential to close out that trade on 28.90. So don't tell me this is not a good potential trade. And what I'm saying is, folks, that you can do it like a saw. When you are trying to, cut a tree, you can whack that market once you are, once you know what you're doing. You can whack this market going up, and then once the auto trade is done, there is a good potential to take the short without question about it. Or if you're not into those short trades, a reversal trade, you can always wait on the pullback re-entry process. Those are very amazing on the pullback re-entry. If we notice right now, we are in this yellow zone and nothing is going to happen into this market on the ES. There is a new signal on the 6E. Let me show you. On every given market is the same story. Here is your YM. Look where it is. The target is right in the middle. The YM hit the target, made $240 based on one contract. And if we notice how the entry and hit the target, and we are in this yellow lines, where if we now look at the YM, probably we will find a good potential short on the YM. So do not get confused. The system here, the price action is trading with the trend. But what I'm trying to show you that there is a good potential to take reversal, and they are extremely powerful. And if you don't want to bang your head through reversals, you can always wait on the pullback re-entry. There is always, always, always trade on the pullback re-entry. Even if you have a low account, you can always trade ES, NASDAQ, then Dow Jones, and they are very acceptable. If we look right now on the YM reversal, we can see the potential when it's out of the band, taking the trade. Some of them, they're going to be big. Some of them is going to be small. Welcome to trading. But the most important things, you are avoiding this mess in the market. This mess here can really can drive anyone crazy. Sometimes you cannot predict it. I cannot predict it. Sometimes you think you're going to have a breakout and nothing happened. So when you are taking those reversals, sometimes there will be small trade. I'm not going to question that. And sometimes they are going to be a big trade. So if we are keeping our eye on the ES today, I probably can also nail those trades for you and show you there is a good potential, reversal on the ESCL, and they are amazing to trade. So, of course, look, I just go back to the ES. That we are out of the band. We are out of the band, and we have a heavy resistance line. You see, this is one thing traders don't understand. You cannot avoid fibs. If you're trying to avoid to draw fibs, you're gonna be having a problem because everyone drawing the fibs differently. But those, they are there for you on the chart, and they are really always updated. You don't have to do anything; it updates itself. So if we notice, this is out of the band. We have a resistance 1275. You can see the wig come into 12. You see? I mean, sometimes you're going to miss one take, but I'm insistent on taking one or two ticks below the resistance line. You cannot put it on the resistance line, but you can put it one or two ticks below the resistance line, because it could be that bar going a little bit up from that area and then it drops. So right now I can see this ES is running out of steam by looking at this two yellow lines here. I know we are in a critical area. I don't believe in those double. I mean, I look at the double bottom, double up, and all this nonsense, but those, they don't make money for me, or overbought, oversold, or repaint reversals, and all this nonsense. This is just a kid's play. I wanted to be seeing where it is really a good place to take a short and pinpoint where the probability of this market going to be reversing. Excuse me, guys. Yes, yes. I don't like to be disturbed with the chat. Yeah. One guy said disable. Yes, I don't. I think I have enough on my head, my friend. Running 3 different systems and 20 different charts. I think I'm busy enough. So we are out of the band, and this is right now the key on the ES. If you want to short it out, there is a 1250 potential on a short out, and then if this one fell, then I can nail the third one immediately on those one here. Most likely, this ES is out of stress. I mean, it's finished. But I will take it to 1225 or 1250 short trade right there. And then we can take it. The same story on the CL, the same story on the NASDAQ, the same story on any given market. So there we go. There we go. Reversal. and the market drop. There we go. This reversal is not big. This reversal is not big. It's gonna be dropping, and it's gonna drive you crazy around this area here. That's why it's not really something to chew on. But we're gonna. I don't want to cover the mid band because it has to be very. You have to know a little bit more than to cover the mid band. I don't want to cover the mid band. I want to keep it. I want to simplify how we can take the trade, and there we go. We're talking about it, and there we go, folks. So the thing is, I'm thinking is, if you hit the target, you are already in the plus today. Okay, so we can take advantage of a one small trade on a reversal. You might hit the jackpot or not, but don't make a career out of it if you don't know what you're doing. But this is my job is to show you the potential, and what you do with it is up to you. One guy is gonna fly with it, and one guy is gonna cripple it. I cannot do anything about it. I used to get hot and bothered over it, but now I don't anymore. Okay, we had the call on the Nasdaq, as I remember a few minutes ago, and now you are 17, 16 ticks into the. Okay. I was just yes. Oh, oh, yes. If you okay, let me see what else we have. Hmm. Also, the ES on the full range hit the target. Market order. Beautiful. Very nice. Done. Over. We still have a lot on a big trade and has not closed a trade yet. So the 3 minutes has not closed trade yet. We're still on the Nasdaq. Has not closed the trade yet. So we will. For our traders, you can put your fib zone on the, which we have covered that, on your automated trade, and then you can um, probably maximize your trade much more than you can leave the auto trade running, and it does close open by itself. But if you want to ride the auto trade, you can override the auto trade by closing position, maximize your profit, and close the trade for today. So let me see if we can catch anything. I don't see anything catchable right now. There is the market drop while we're explaining how things working. So there is. I was late on catching anything. The Nasdaq is still on, and there is an entry on the ES. If you want to follow that ES on a sim, you're not on that trade on the ES. You see, this is I'm not gonna be encouraging anyone on the ES because We have a lot of problems on the ES a little bit farther down. I don't want to mess with it. If you want to take that trade, you got to be very light-handed. You need to put a trade right now. And then we have a little problem on 903, and then 903. And then we have a support line, 902, target. So there is a long way home. It's not totally clear all the way to the target. So there is a back and forth. It's going to be driving you crazy on that ES. However, on the NASDAQ, you are much better, cleaner area if you follow the NASDAQ trade, which I'm sure we have a lot of aggressive traders are following us, and they don't even have the system. And if you are on that trade on the NASDAQ, if you have two options, you can get out at 69 level. It's going to be a problem at 69. There is a double support, 3 support line. Target is below those. So we're going to be going back and forth. So if you want to close position on the NASDAQ and you are on the trade, please consider exit on that trade at 69.29. Let's watch this one, folks. YM. Let me see YM. New signal on the DAX. New signal DAX 207 6.0 to the target 0.355. So let's look at it. There's a new target on the here. How it is. It gives you the new signal. There is a sound, but I turn off the sound. I hate sounds. CL 40 ticks in that last entry. I lost the CL chart. Sure. A request about the reversal. And this is exactly what I told you guys out of the band. And I didn't like it because we're going to have a problem at the mid band. And there is more problems to come in on the ES. And God help us if we got to this area here. It's going to be a lot of heavy chops on this area here. So we have a major support area at 950. So we'll see how things are gonna roll. The market is just dying on us a little bit, so we will take it as we go. NASDAQ finally closed position. For our traders, those are the 7 I gave you for the NASDAQ on Monday. Those are the 7, and didn't lose. Had one small losing trade, and it is 1,410. It's done on the NASDAQ. Market order is not limited order. So any new clues? We have a beautiful run on the CL. Okay. So we're waiting, guys, on this 2 season. You see why in the NASDAQ, folks, you see what is the support line? It cannot be more accurate than that. 77.75. We're having a problem. At the same time, while we're having a problem, right after the signal, we have a support line at 905.75. Once those 2 get broken, then it is gonna go straight down. So we are waiting on this breakout from those lines, both of them. So we'll see how. It looked like the NASDAQ fixing to. There we go. There we go. Yes, come to daddy. There we go. Guys, for the ones are trading the DAX, that's your destination. Or if you want to be aggressive, you're very welcome. I hope you follow me on a sim. You were not allowed to call any trade for you. And look at this. Look at this accuracy. This is where I told you exactly to exit out of a trade. There we go. Welcome to trading, folks. I don't believe anyone cannot make money in the market. If anyone cannot make money in this market because he didn't put his homework. Simple as that. If I can predict this, everybody can predict it. Believe me. This is exactly where I told you folks to exit. To the tick. And this is exactly what I told you we're going to have a problem on the ES. Exactly what we said. Okay, we're going to exit out of that trade. It's finished on the NASDAQ. So every day we try to give you 1 or 2 trades on the sim. I think we have delivered 2 trades today when the new signals come out, and you should be a happy camper. Let's see Uncle CL what he's doing here. Okay, here is to the gentleman Ray. Your CL trade nailed 65 ticks on that trade, on the last trade. Where is it, Ray? Is it between the 2 yellow lines? That's mean no more short. Plus, it's giving you reversal signal telling you push your brakes. You know, you are on a motorway, you are on a highway, freeway, and there is a light bulb telling you slow down. That's exactly what it's saying here to you. And now we are going to switch to the CL, my friend. I mean, I cannot keep chasing. I'm sorry if I'm late, but I cannot keep chasing ES, CL, NASDAQ, 3 different systems. So the whole thing's here. and I'm trying to beat the system and predict, not to say what happened, and that it is also need. I'm not showing you what has happened. I need to predict for you, so it's a little bit double hard for me. There we go, my friend. It's the same story as yesterday. Diversion out of the band. But would I take that trade? No, I would not take that trade. Why? I don't see any support line and resistance. My support line and resistance, not from the flea market. My Fibonacci and my floor and fibs, they don't exist here, So that is not tradable for me if there is nothing to lean on, like the ES. When you saw the ES, there is something supporting the when it was out of the band, the ES, and you saw how the ES fell, because we are leaning on the fib lines and the floor and fibs. On that situation here, yes, if we look at you have A and B and C plus diversion. This is one signal. Plus you have the trend exhaustion. That's another signal. And this. Now, this one here is a high risk trade when you are taking it when there is nothing supporting it. Could be the probability is going to die on the way and pull back. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball at the moment on the CL. But I prefer to take those trades when there is floor and fibs confirming the fibs. Like what we showed on the ES, when the floor and fibs confirming those fib zone out of the band, diversion is very healthy to have it. And then the trend exhaustion, and then this one here, the double MAC. This is a very good indication. Then you have a trade. 8 out of 10, they are success trade, and you don't need to be a genius to take those trades. So this is the CL. Whoever followed us on the NASDAQ, I'm sorry, whoever followed us on the NASDAQ, I told you where to exit to the tick, and you have not missed any trade not even one tick on the NASDAQ. You just sucked the juice out of that trade, and this is what it's supposed to be. Uncle ES here, let's see. It's gonna drive us crazy a little bit. We're gonna be sitting patiently on the ES and trying to find anything to chew on. There is nothing to chew on at the moment. Yes, but we got a few trades for those traders, the outsider, and we have nothing to hide. The 150 ticks on the scalper, it just eating one a huge banana. It's going south. Welcome to trading. You're gonna see sometimes red, and sometimes you see red. The CL on the scalper 150 ticks is getting his butt kicked royally. Even on the 1 minute, the CL on the scalper is also eating Somali banana right there. Welcome to trading. Nothing we can do. That's why I like me getting involved with the trade and have a little knowledge. When you are swing trading, if this market moving, nobody is going to out trade you. Not me, not your neighbor, not the guy sitting with 20 years have experience behind his ass. Nobody is going to beat you when the market is moving and you are swing trading, because the amount you make on the swing trading, if the market moving, I cannot compete with that, honestly. But when the market is not moving, this is where you don't make money like anybody else. So whatever the outcome on the swing trading, you have to accept. Like if you are scalping today and the CL did go south, welcome to trading. Nothing we can do. You can say it's our auto trade as much as you want, but it's not. Yesterday was good, today was not. Very welcome to trading. But the things is why I like the price action, because I'm combining the auto trade with my knowledge, and then I see things different than giving you just a blank chart and you say to the auto trader, go donkey, make me money. This one here, whatever the outcome, it is the outcome. Nothing we can do. But in here, you have much more potential to control your trade and to be consistent when we can trade with the trend. And when it comes into those areas, like right now, what is doing the ES? Look for Ray. I told you I would not take that trade. Not for me. And I told you probably it's not gonna survive, and it didn't, because it got rejected from the midband. Now, the floor and fibs confirming those area. So now we have an entry at 68.30. You see, patient in the market is gonna make different. Patient. Sometimes you get this little teaser, don't worry about it. But your entry price is 68.30. And if I miss that, I miss that. I'm not going to chase it. Don't chase it. You stay firm on 68.31 or 32. And this is where the reversal is going to happen on the CL. So that's why I was not too crazy. Diversion buy. You don't have to do that. It's out of the band. It's out of the band. Diversion and giving you buy signal. This is up to the trader to take. But I'm consistent on 68.31. So there is a signal telling you to buy when you are out of the band. But for me, this is for a guy don't know what he's doing. That's very fine. But for me, I'm only gonna take a trade 68.31. I decide, not the system decide. So okay, as we said, we have a problem on the ES in those area, and we did. And if we are going to break those area, might as well extend this target. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Once we cross the 90.02, there is a good potential for a really drop down. So this is very nice also on this one here. So if we are breaking those area here, go ahead and drag. And if you are still on that trade, you have an option to close at 902.25, or you can close at 950. So you're done with that one. And our scalper is lighting like a Christmas tree. The red is really shining in there. Let's go back to the ES reversal. I want to try to show the guys If you are sitting behind a computer and you don't have to work, or you are at work but you can sneak a little bit to your computer using your team viewer to connect your home, there is always a good potential to take a trade and break even and leave it alone or whatever. But if you can learn the reversal in conjunction with that system here, I guarantee you one thing, that it's gonna change your lifestyle. It's going to change your lifestyle. On the ES, we predicted where it's going to be dropped, and I know exactly where are going to have a problem. Is the 90, here. Should we trade from here? I don't like it, but is it tradable? If you want to put a buy order at 950, it is tradable, but I'm a bit greedy. I like it from here, So we'll see how it's gonna come out, and it's telling us 90, 50. Absolutely is going to be rejecting on 90.50. So yeah, right at the support line, 950. Okay, so this is where you can exit that trade if you're still on that trade. This is nice. Okay. 90.50 is the magic word if you're still on that trade. We don't have any more signals to. Okay. This is an aggressive trade, diversion out of the band, buy signal, trend exhaustion, and the double MACD is very well in line. I personally still like to would have taken 2 ticks below. Not unless if you're desperate, then you take those. But you should never be desperate on those trades. And I will stay firm on the 68.30. 68.30, 68.31. And there is more probability is going to come down to this area here. We'll keep our eye on it, and we'll call that trade for you. All right. ES, the party is over on the ES. I hope everybody is out with the ES. It came in right in line at 902, and then we have the 900. So we are right in line. At the moment, based on the last entry signal, we have here in this room today, we are in total of 315 ticks, 2,680, 7 ticks on the ES, 7 ticks based on one contract, 50 to 50 ticks on the NASDAQ, 44 ticks YM, 65 ticks Russell, 3 tick on a 30-year Treasury bond. Don't spend them in one place. 62 gold. 30. Oh, we had this signal on the DAX. I don't know how many followed that signal on the DAX. You are on 35 ticks from the signal was 10 minutes ago. We called it for you. You are on 31, and then the 6E. I think also we called the 6E, and the CL is 70 ticks. Okay. I'm going to be taking a break. There is no trades. There is only this lousy CL ES with the $200. But we will wait on a new signal. Hi. And then we will, the system takes short. Now we are done with the short. We hit the target in the short. Now the system is not going to take any more trade until we have a long signal. So it's not going to be any more short trade. It's going to be a long trade on the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, because they were all in the sell. So now we are waiting on the buy. We're done with the trending down. One of the things is when you see on the NASDAQ, we had our run today. We had our run on the way up. We had our run, our spike on the way down. There is nothing to trade anymore on the NASDAQ. It's over. If you were on that trade, the last entry signal on the ES and NASDAQ, you made money, fine. There is nothing left to take short here anymore. The only time you can able to take short is from those area here, re-entry, and then a drop one more time to the, or if you want to, you need to wait on the new signal to take a new trade and a new round. And this is what is beauty about it. You are avoiding all those sideways market when the market is chop, sideways, flat, call it whatever you want to. This is where most of the traders make problems and they start losing money. So I'm gonna go ahead and get fresh coffee. I'll be quiet for 5-10 minutes and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are 364 ticks based on the last signal. I don't know which one you took, the DAX, the NASDAQ, ES. You're still on this ES trade. I don't know. The CL 67 ticks, 17 on the 6E DAX, 39 ticks. This is a very nice signal. 65. So total of 35. We still on the automated trade. We still have one more trade to deal with. We have one trade on the CL with 1600. Where is it? Oh boy, what is it? I'm not gonna mess with my. I'm not gonna mess with my system here. Okay. So let's go back on the CL story. ES. We are on the ES. Okay. If we are able, for those guys are trading manual, this is a very strong hold on the ES 9050. And if we are breaking below the 99, we have a huge potential down to the 2890. This is a very serious area right now. We are on the ES. So keep your eye on the ES. And if you don't have the system market, 950, there is a good potential buy here. And then if we break below the 99, it could be, I don't know what is going to happen in the afternoon, but it could be closing at 2890 on the ES. So we'll see how things is over. Is over on this one here. This is the only trade on the price action we have. We don't have anything anymore. We are totally flat. We are waiting on a new signal. Oh, here it is. The swing trading on the CL. We had the first trade from 69.86. Then we entered the market 69.38, and we are still on that trade. And let's look at the CL price action. The price action CL, the entry was 69.22, target 68.55. somewhere around there. We are right in target, and it's getting stuck on this resistance line right now. So there is a good potential for this CL to go out of the band one more time to Ray to the our support line, and then we nail it. Patient, and it could be very good potential to trade a reversal on the CL. For the ES, we are coming down to those critical area. We have one small support line, 91.75. This is a major 950. If you are in a trade, you can take it out, or you can, if you're not into the market, it is a good potential for a buy, but you have to be very careful with that trade. 90.50 is right there. CL. There we go. You see where it's playing on the ES. So we are right at this blue line, 91.071.75, and 0050 is the buy. Follow on a sim, not live. We're not allowed to call live trade for you. To our members, if you have a decent question, I don't want to talk about your chart, my chart. If you have some technical question about trading to our traders, you can start Skyping me, and I will start anything about trading, not about the weather. If there's any of our customers have a question, please Skype me. Just something to do with the trading, please. We are still at this line. If we are breaking that line here on the ES 902, final one is 0050. This is a good buy potential on the ES. If you are still on that trade, you have not closed. We are still having a problem on that line, 902. If we are breaking the 902, close open position at 0050 on a sim. We are 382, 380 ticks based on the last entry signal, not all day long. 380 ticks, one contract, 1 minute, market analyzer, and now 350. So I will be staying quiet until we have something to do. We hit all the targets to the downside, folks. There is nothing anymore. And now we are waiting on a long trade. Simple as that. We are waiting on a buy entry on the ES, buy entry on the YM, buy entry on the NASDAQ, buy entry on the DAX, 6E, or CL. Question: do you still have on the price action? No, the YM is closed, Ben. Everything is closed. We only have one customer left here. It's the ES. The YM also is closed. And if you can see, Ben, our target was really down there and didn't make it. And that's why you don't see target hit. On the YM, it's a very clean picture, Ben. For this gentleman one time asking me, is the market got stuck because of the channel, your YouTube channel? This is what we call channel when the market gets stuck between support resistance line. And this is the YM now stuck. It's on a neutral. This is where when you come in the morning, Ben, and when you have the same chart. If I wanted to auto trade or manual trade or whatever, banana trade, when I see this, Ben, you have to wait. You cannot trade it because no one know what is going to happen. And this one here, sometimes a couple of years ago, Ben, I was on a CL. Every single day, whatever I made on the DAX, I put it right back on the CL in the US market. One time the CL was stuck in a channel for 2 weeks. And every time I made a bet, I lost for 2 weeks. I couldn't get not even $1 out of the CL. The only day I didn't want to deal with it, it broke out of that channel, So, and I will never forget those 2 weeks. I went head to head with the CL and never got anywhere with it. So when you see this market getting stuck, do not auto trade. Do not do anything. Go have a coffee, piss off your wife, piss off your children, do something, wash your car, but don't go head to head with the market. Once you see this market start breaking out from this box here, then it is time to turn on your auto trade or whatever you want to do. But when you see this market in the morning, when you get up and is getting stuck somewhere like this, you should not be trading it. You just leave it alone, or you try to find alternative where the market is a much cleaner way to trade, You cannot go head to head with the market. You simply cannot do that. I think the party is over on the ES, and whoever made money made money. I'm gonna be closing this one, and whoever didn't make money is not gonna make money. So the trade is over on the ES. We have a new signal, a buy new signal, CL. I think I just messed up my system here. Yeah. We have a new entry on the CL, 30 entry price 69.94, target 68.94, target 69.33. Okay. I'll be closing this one. And I think we are getting ready to get a new signal. Okay, we just closed it, and we are waiting on a buy signal on the Nasdaq. And now we got the CL, so we're gonna move this one away, and we're gonna look at the CL. This is the new signal on the CL. Where is the CL? It's hiding somewhere. There we go. This is the only new signal we have. I mean, the CL did very well, guys. When you take a trade early in the morning and you did very well on one instrument, you should not continue trading. The closer we are to 12 o'clock, the weaker this market is going. We did very well on the CL, DAX, ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, everything on the first signal. Now we are going towards the. They did very well, and now we are changing direction, getting close to 12 o'clock. You know, maybe you need to call it off. And I think we had a beautiful runs this morning. There is not even one person lost on any of those entry signals. And I hope you're doing it on Sim. We're about to have a new signal then on the YM. And let me see the NASDAQ. We're about to have a new signal on the NASDAQ and YM. So keep your eye on the first column, please. You're going to have the new signal very soon on those two. Okay, we have a new signal, NASDAQ. On the new signal, NASDAQ is an entry 93, target 7620. And we should have one on the YM very soon. I'm worried about that trade on the Nasdaq because we have a resistance line at 96.50. If we break the 96.50, we are on a different jackpot for today. So the 97 level here, I'm concerned about. If we cross that, and it is like a race between now and 12 o'clock. And this is my main concern. If you are following that signal, we need to see the 97 level breaking out. And it seems like the YM is hold because of the ES. The ES is struggling, refusing to die on the. This is what we are covering today. This is your auto trade trailing stop. This is the first resistance line, and this is your second resistance line. So the ES is failing to do that. That is causing the YM to stop, but it's about to break. That's why we didn't get the signal right away on the YM. And I'm concerned with the 97 level on the NASDAQ. Let's see how the market gonna play us. And at the same time, you gotta keep your eye on the clock. We're getting closer to the lunchtime. That's when the markets start getting weaker. Get ready on the ES. There is a sales order coming in on the ES that is gonna cause problem for the Nasdaq. Probably we'll see. We are waiting on the ES. I'm gonna leave it open, and then there's no use to sit down and keep talking, waiting on a new signal. And I'll stay quiet until we have a new signal. There is nothing we can do except waiting. The market on the ES come into the projection line right there at the 904. What number we said we need to? No, we are way far from it. Okay, it was 0050. It came into the projection. What really causing this Nasdaq not to go any further, because it was a little drop down to the projection on the ES, that we were just about to have a new signal on the YM, and this ES has dropped a little bit. So it's causing a little delay for this Nasdaq to move. Be patient, and I will be. Also, you gotta be careful with on the Nasdaq the 96.75. It is a problem, the 96.75. So all depends on the ES movement. So we'll see how the outcome with the ES. So right now we are sitting sideways on all three market, and let's see if the ES is gonna pull back the Nasdaq, or the ES is gonna decide to go up again. So I'm gonna sit quiet. I'm gonna keep sharing the screen, and then we take it uh, when we get a new signal. Okay.
Den er sindssygt god.
Ja, rigtig god.
Men det er fordi, jeg læste også på internettet, det er den bedste USB-mikrofon, man kan få.
Er det rigtigt?
Ja.
Det er altså en med filter.
Det hedder popfilter, det er noget, man køber. Sådan af.
Rigtigt?
Popfilter.
Okay.
Det køber du ved siden af.
Hvor meget koster det?
Det ved jeg ikke. Du kan slå det op.
Okay, Signe.
Jeg kan sende dig linket.
Okay. Vi snakker, Signe. We're still waiting on those trades, guys. So we're just waiting on the ES, and we are waiting on the YM. They're not moving at all. Let's look at the reversal on the ES. There's a potential buy on the ES at 0050, guys. Man, we are going through a lot of chops on the ES now. Oh, boy. This is where we are really diving into chop market on the ES. It's not tradable anymore. It's not tradable, the ES anymore, and we'll look at nothing. There is nothing left. Whoever made money this morning with us, you're very welcome. But right now we are sitting on the side, and there is not much. We are just waiting on the market movement. Let me see if I can find you trade. We're having a support line here. 004 is the same on 1 minute on the ES. Now we are diving into chop, and we have a potential buy order at 0025 or 005, 950.50 or 925. There is a good potential entry here, a buy entry. But the auto trade is, we are waiting on a buy signal, and we don't have a buy signal. We did very well on the short. We are done with the short. Now we are waiting for the long, actually. We are sitting right there at 904. I hope it's not going to get stuck between those two lines. That's mean we are in the long haul till after lunch. So we'll see. CL going south, and we have the Nasdaq going south on the new signal. Okay. Okay, we're coming to our entry 005 or 0025. This is where exactly right there. The market is totally stopped. And Ben, I know you're chasing the YM. On the YM, we are back to square one. You see that? This is, we are back to square one on the YM. Not tradable. It's nothing but a problem. But I'm trying to find a new entry. It's not on the system uh, manually. And I cannot see anything, guys, to trade anymore. It's done. I'm sure everyone followed us today has nailed very good ticks, you know, and that's nothing is gonna happen. The only thing, guys, uh, the ones the outsider don't have our system. If you want to follow trade on a sim, you can take one, but you have to be light-handed with it. You have two options on the ES is 0025, and then the second option to take a trade long, both long, is 9750. However, if you have good size of money, I like to show you a trick where you put one buy order right there at 0050. If this market came in, got you filled, kept going, it's very fine. You put one buy order here and another buy order at 9750. So you have two orders together, which they line up around 99, 98.50. You can always get out of that trade, and you will be getting out of that trade. So those are the two potential. If you wanted to go two contract, do not go two contracts on a 0025 or 0050. You go on one contract in here, and then the second contract, you put it at 97.50. Stop loss on both of them is 96. So, uh, okay, did this market decide to move? Let's see. Well, we're gonna stay a little bit longer to see if we are able to get some new signals for you before any targets. Uh, Maybe the market is going to go up. Look like it's moving a little bit. So I'll stay quiet a little bit and see if we can get anything out of that trade. I really would love to share one more signal before we call it off for today. So the time is beaten as 11:36. Nothing. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you very much for all your support. And please, if you like us, give us a thumb up. And and I'm sure um, a lot of people today did very well. And I thank you very much for your support. Please give us thumb up if you like us. And I hope all this time we are using that you're getting something out of it, where maybe you can see some of the mistake you've been making, and now maybe you open your eyes to it. And as you see, sometimes, like when we first started today, the market was throwing a lot of ticks at us. Nasdaq, ES, everything. It was throwing money at us. DAX give us 500 euro. The 6E, ES, Nasdaq, YM, all of them give us money. And now everything is dying out, and that's fine. But you can see there is sometimes the market is not tradable. And right now, whoever comes in trying to trade, whether he is trading automated or manual or whatever, he's going to have a hard time because now the market is stopped, and there is a very mixed reading, and there is no movement, and we are getting close to the 12 o'clock. That is not good at all. Um, so you can see how this market now is sideways, and there is nothing to trade actually. Even if you try to turn on your scalpers or your swing trading, right now you're gonna be in a lot of problems with the trades because there is no movement, and nothing is readable anymore. Let's see if this before 12 o'clock they're gonna to do anything with the ES. For our traders, sometimes you see the star right under the bar. The star, it is in a way, you can use it for closing position or entry. If you notice, there is one star here. So it's telling you this market is, oh, there we go. It's amazing. Okay. The ES came into the resistance line, the trend stop one. What we need to see on the ES in order for the NASDAQ to do the job, we need to see this ES breaking those lines in order to see the NASDAQ start breaking out. The NASDAQ is coming. I'm going to stay a little bit longer. We have concern on the NASDAQ at the 95.75, and then we have the 97.25. This is a really hard. It is hard. I mean, it is. Let's see. This is gonna drive you crazy. You should, when you see things like this, stay away from it, folks. It's been a pleasure serving you, and we'll see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern time. God bless you all, and please, from now till lunch, don't sit behind a computer, take any trades. That is gonna cause you a problem, probably losing the trades. Yes. Okay. Bye for now.